Hi YouTube. Welcome back to my channel. It's been a while, I know, it has been a while. My son is snoring. So if you hear him, it's him and not the dogs. Although the dogs might join me. They snore just as bad. But anyway, I'm here working on my Masters of the Universe action figure scrapbook. I just put in She-Ra. So her art took up the whole page. It was a big box. So I put the side art on next to it. But anyway, I'm trying to catch up on these. I did I got both of the Teelas. This is the one Teela. And then I got the Butchie Teela with the half of her head shaved. Believe it or not, I used to have a haircut like this once. It did not look good on my face because I have a very, well, at the time I was about 100 pounds heavier. So I had a very round face, and then to have half your head shaved, it didn't look good. It probably would look better now. Now I always keep my hair up because it's so thin. I think as I got older, my hair just got really thin. I feel like it looks like witch hair sometimes because I mean, this is my natural color. I have this gray stripe in the front. Oh, it's all staticky. It's clinging to me. And then it's like a dirty blonde and the rest of it. So, quite often I just chuck it up in a ponytail instead of doing anything with it because it's just so thin. Anyway, I didn't get on here to talk about hair. I just wanted to let you know I was still around. I just kind of dropped off the face of the earth for a while there. Well, I got sick is what happened. I got pretty sick. I was sick for about a week, and I mean, as you know, I was working 2 full-time jobs trying to pay off my student loans. I got them paid down almost half. Got them cut almost in half. And it got to the point where, and I'm just going to work on my little project while I'm talking because it keeps me focused. But anyway, it got to the point where I would wake up in the morning and I could not bring myself to get out of bed. And I felt fine physically, but mentally I would just argue with myself about, you gotta get up. You gotta go to work. You gotta keep doing this. You gotta stop putting it off. And then I'd hit the snooze button and they would lay there for another 10 minutes. And I didn't fall back asleep. I just didn't want to get up. And that had never happened to me before. That my mind was keeping me in place. And I suppose when you're really depressed, that's probably what that's like. Because, I mean, I used to work inpatient in a mental hospital, and I've seen people like that where they never wanted to get out of bed. They were just, they just laid there with a blanket over their head. And I thought sometimes, how could someone do that to themselves all day? It seemed like a hell to me personally to, condemn yourself to that, just laying there all day. But I realize now that it wasn't it wasn't the act of laying there. Um, it was more the act of fighting with yourself to not want to lay there anymore. Like just the yearning to get up and the inability to do so. It's very um, bizarre, and I feel like it's something that you can't really know until you've experienced it yourself, how difficult it can be. So anyway, um, after getting sick, I was very tired and cold, and this was around the same time we had that Arctic blast. So like anything aside from my heated blanket and 4 layers of blankets and clothing, anything else, I was miserable. Having to go out into the cold, going from house to house, doing these visits, and everyone kept like, families would say, "Are you okay? Are you sick?" Because they could see it on my face. I looked haggard. I looked um, drained, and truly, I was depressed, and trying to keep it together to be, a representative of a caretaker for these people who, had dying family members. It really wasn't fair to them as much as it wasn't fair to me. That I could only have myself to blame. I put myself in this position. So, and I just kept saying, well, I'm just going to have to deal with it. I've made this decision to take this journey to try to get out of this debt. And um, I can't go back now. Like, I'm already in the thick of it. If I go back now, then it's like I have to do this again later. And I can't bring myself, I don't think I'll ever bring myself to be able to do it again later. Well, the problem is then, because of my inadequacies, people started to complain. Drop my scissors. I would forget to do things, like forget to order meds, and stuff like that for people, and they'd complain, and I'd get called into the office and all this stuff, and um, it started to get to a point that I felt like not my main job, but my second full-time job, that they were seeming to build a case against me, um, with the intent of finding enough cause to, get rid of me. So I had nothing to lose with that particular job, because all my health insurance, my car, my work phone, all that stuff was through the other company. And I said to my husband, I think I need to quit. And he said, hallelujah. He's not been really a fan of this whole decision to begin with. So when I was ready to let it go, he was ecstatic at the idea of having me home on the weekends again. So, so I did. I let them know that I no longer wish to be employed with them. And they did a exit interview thing, but really they didn't have a whole lot to say. They weren't like, oh, we're so sad to see you go, or, what can we do to make you stay? They were just like, okay. Which is fine. I didn't feel comfortable working for them anymore, which I told them that. Maybe that's why they didn't make a big deal about it, because they knew it was a waste of time to even try. So anyway, that happened a couple weeks ago. this past weekend was my second weekend off. The first weekend that I had off, I just cleaned because it's been months. And my husband, he's a stay-at-home dad. He cares for Lincoln and such, but he does not have a natural knack for cleaning. He never was required to clean growing up in his home. Everything was kind of done for him, and he was served his meals. That he didn't have to go fill his own plate. The plate was brought to him, that sort of thing. So I don't think he was taught the best practices growing up on self-sufficiency. But in any case, he doesn't make a lot of mess on his own, so he's never had to really do a lot of cleaning on his own, but also he doesn't really pay attention to the things that we as women would be more mindful of, like the cobwebs in the corners and the dust along the edges, and the crumbs that are left behind that the vacuum doesn't catch because they're too close to the wall. These are the things that I notice every time I walk past them. My eyes are drawn to them because I didn't have the time to be able to properly clean my home as I would want to. So that first weekend, 2 weekends ago, I did a huge overhaul of the house. I switched out a rug that I had been meaning to switch out in the living room. The new rug had been sitting in there for like 6 months, I think. That's been sitting in there longer than I've been working at this other job, because I laid it there and then I went back. I was carpeting my son's bedroom, so that was the priority at the time. And right after I finished with his bedroom was when I started working at this other job. So never really took care of the living room project. I keep dropping my scissors. It's sliding off my lap. Anyway, I was also sanding and staining and repainting a kitchen hutch that's been sitting half finished, because sometimes I get this idea to do furniture restoration. I should show it to you. I should make a video sometime and show it to you. What I've been working on. But I don't know. I just like to embrace any type of little project idea that I have, something that I've never tried before. Like, I've been really interested in the idea of doing some huge stained glass projects, like redoing some of my windows in stained glass and doing them as like an artist rendering. I thought that would be really cool. So I've been playing around with soldering stained glass together, and I think with time and practice I could manage it enough to make something that would be worth displaying. So I might go and revisit that idea now that I have more time. And that's what I liked. I think it is so important to have time off of work, and I never really, I guess before, I've done this before where I've gone a little while where I worked every single day and never took a day off, but not for this length of time. I mean, we're talking beginning of October, so October, November, December, January, February. That's 5 months that I went without taking a day off. And I didn't realize that it was going to affect me, but it really affected me. So anyway, I'm very joyful to have this liberty again, to be able to do all the things that I've been daydreaming about, wanting to work on, telling myself, oh, you'll get to it one day, just hang in there, finally. And as far as the student loans go, I will potentially pick that up again. I want to take some time for myself, but I might pick up extra work on the weekends, but it would only be part-time. I would at least need to have like Sunday off, because it's a big worship day. I had not been going to church either because of working so much, and I really think it's important for me to attend church regularly. I feel it's important to work through like having Bible studies and stuff to help me work through the Bible with other people and hearing other people's perspectives. And I wasn't getting any of that for months. So just reading the Bible on my own is not enough. So that's why I have to have it. I have to at least have Sunday off. Ideally, it'd be nice to have. Right now, I have off 3 days: Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So maybe I could pick up a 12-hour shift somewhere on a Friday. That's the thing with nursing, is you can really find whatever you're looking for pretty easily. There's a lot of openings and options that I can work with. So, but I'm going to take a little time off. Maybe after spring planting, like going into the summer, maybe I'll pick up a little bit of extra hours just to stay with my plan with student loans, but trying to get out from under the burden of this debt. So just being transparent. But I did get it under 40,000. Starting when I left college, I owed, I think it was 82,000. So I have over half of it paid off. And that's something. That's a start. So something to say about that. But anyway, so yeah, I'm still doing the cross stitching. I did take a little time off of it just because of my being so burned out. Before I stopped that other job, but for a while there, I just didn't have the energy to do anything but just sit and stare at TV and watch dumb YouTube videos. So there, I just put lesbian Tila. I don't know. I guess that's she just looks more butchy. So this is original Tila. And I just added the new one. So I just have to put the sorceress in yet. This is the last one I have to put in my little scrapbook, and then I'll have everyone entered in here so far that I've collected. I would like to get Hordak. I'm not sure what else. I'm not sure. Because I know there's like a snake Tila. I'm not sure. But anyway. There was an incident. My son really likes this staff. He likes the bird on the staff. So he was trying to get a hold of that. Pulled the figure down, and it got drug under the bed by my puppy. My puppy is a collector of things. She's not a huge chewer. I've had puppies that chewed a lot worse than her, but she has destroyed some of my figures. Nothing vintage, because all of my original sorceress, I have all the gem dolls from Gem and the Holograms. I have probably 80% of all the from the She-Ra Princess of Power line from the 80s. All of those are in a tub stowed away out of her reach. I do not want there to be any type of accident that would give me homicidal intent. So I'm just keeping everything put away as long as I have a child and animals that are willing to get a hold of things that they don't understand the value of and destroy them. So they maybe one day will go out on a shelf, but not today. So the figures I lost are mostly like collectible Pop Mart figures, and nothing that I was really attached to, because the ones I'm really attached to I have high up on a shelf in the dining room. So it was just kind of like extras that you got whenever you made a purchase. Like if you buy a box, a case, they sometimes send you a free extra. It was things like that. So it was nothing I was super devastated to lose, but still it sucks, you know, to lose a figure. So the sorceress had a little bit of a chomp on her head. Like the pup chomped her head when she drug her under the bed. And her hands got removed. But I think what happened was she was trying to chew the hand, and the hand pulled out of the socket because they're interchangeable. And then it was too small to chew on. So it didn't get destroyed, it just got removed. I was able to locate both of them and replace them back to her body. So she is relatively unscathed, except for the little indent up on her cowl at one spot. So I'll take it. The Lord spared her otherwise. So none of the other ones got injured in any way. They're still all kind of displayed. As far as my cross stitching goes, this is the one I'm working on right now. This is the if I can catch it in the light, that looks a little better. This is the end of it. It is I have it in this binder. A peacock, a unicorn, a badger. So here is the finished work, catching the glare from the television there. And right about here is the bottom of the pages. And I am over here. I'm on this last page for the top row. So the top row is actually my goal, to finish the top row by the end of this year. And this is, you know, from the squirrel over, and here's the sun. This is the one page. This is the page, the last page. After this page, this is all that's left. So I don't even count that as a page. So actually, I will definitely get this done. You want to come over here? Come here. Come here. Thought maybe you could see the dog. She's a little... If I call for her, she thinks she's in trouble, so she runs. So, I don't know. Anyway, so I'm hoping to get this done, for sure, this year. And then I'll start the next row next year, and I might be able to get this done in 8 years or something. I don't know. But I'm so I've slowed down on the amount of cross stitching I do. I used to do 500 stitches a day, and that I count that as a good day for me, but I cannot dedicate every free moment to cross stitching. I do cross stitch every night. It's just some nights I'll cross stitch. Like last night, I only cross stitched 58 stitches. That's all I had time to do. The night before that, I did 509. So it just depends. Every night can't be an amazing night, but I don't try to do that all the time now. There are other things I want to do. I want to play video games. I downloaded 3 new games on my Switch. One was Cult of the Lamb. I like cozy games, and everyone keeps talking about Cult of the Lamb, so I got that, and I got the The wind. Wait, hold on. I gotta get my Switch. I was playing it on the TV. So one thing, I got the Myth Seekers, The Legacy of Vulcan, which is kind of like a puzzle, Where's Waldo / puzzle type game. It's probably a mobile game. Like, will it continue? Is it frozen? Okay, here. Like, for example, here's the screen. All right, let me turn off the TV because it's just, I have so much stuff all over the place. If I could find the remote, because that TV is just going to glare on everything. Here it is. Okay, turned off my TV. Okay, so here's, so like I have to search around for clues, in this room. And then I put the clues together to progress in the storyline. And the story's fine. I haven't needed to get any hints. Because if you wait too long, it starts to sparkle in the little spots that they want you to look. So they made it pretty easy. I have it on normal mode. I probably, if I ever do one of these, I'll do it on expert so it doesn't do the little sparkly hint thing. So I can try a little bit harder on my own. But yeah, this one has been interesting. I got a couple games all at once. So the other one I got was this, open up the title screen of this one. As soon as it comes up, it's Blackness. But this is Cult of the Lamb. It's doing all the opening stuff, which I've seen a little bit of people play, but it's kind of like one of those things that I think you'd have more fun playing it yourself. I like the design, the animation, like the character design. I think it's really cute. So, it's kind of like a town building game, almost like Animal Crossing. But also you are trying to start a cult, so interesting. But I got Cult of the Lamb, and then the other one I got is this Spiritfarer, which I've been meaning to get. It is about a girl who helps people cross over to the other side. So there's a lot of story-based discussion about death, moving on, grief and all that. So right up my alley, being that I work in hospice. But the people that she's helping are like different animals, or maybe they're just perceived as animals. I don't know. But she's the only like human-looking thing. Here's the title screen. Again, it's like a very cozy. It's too glary. It's very very cozy game. Nice, soothing music. One of my favorite games to play is RimWorld, because it's such laid back music. It's really gentle and relaxing to play, but they don't have that on Switch. So I would love for them to one day make it Switch compatible, because I really do prefer to play my games on this console. I just like being able to take it wherever I go to play. and not have it on a PC. The other thing that I really like, just talking about games, another game I really enjoy is this game called A Little to the Left, which is a pretty simple puzzle game. Also has great gentle music in it. Just trying to bring up the title screen. There's A Little to the Left. And this one is like, let me just pull up one. It's a series of puzzles that, so you load up the screen and it looks like this. There's the screen. So half the task is figuring out what they want you to do. You know, what the, how to beat this. You know, you have to figure out what the puzzle even is, and then you have to beat it. So half of it is just figuring out what the expectation is to beat the game. So I've actually beat it. It's only a couple hours long, but then you can go back and play it again. They give you little like daily puzzles you can use. This is another good game. Last one, I promise. But if you like cozy games, this one is really good. I can hear the music already. These games always have the best, most like gentle, flowy, calming music. Spirit Tea. It's you run a bathhouse for spirits. And there's different spirits and they interact with each other differently. Here's the kind of graphics. But put a lot of hours into this game. It's really entertaining. It's plate spinning type of game where you're doing multiple tasks at once. Oh, and there's another one this is an older game. I haven't played it in a while, but it's similar to that. It's Unholy Heights. And this is one where you're a manager of a hotel that's inhabited by demons, but they're all like cute looking demons. They're not, you know, like here's some cheapies and like those are the humans. I mean, like demi-humans. You know, they're not gross looking demons. They're pretty basic looking demons. But anyway, some of them interact with each other in certain ways, so you have to like house them near the other demons that they like. And sometimes they try to skip out on rent if you raise the rent too high, so you have to make sure the rent's at a level that they're willing to pay. And but that's very similar to Spirit Tea. So anyway, there's your little... Unholy Heights is pretty old. It's been out for at least 5 years or longer. But I love the Switch because it has a lot of these little indie games. It's very easy for indie video games to develop on the Switch. So a lot of times you'll have them on PC and Switch because it's a little harder to code for the like the Xbox and the PS4. Of course, I have Cozy Grove. I think that's the most popular indie cozy game. But I don't know if any of that interests you. I can always do like a live stream sometime and show some of these games and how they work on my channel. But you know, I started out cross stitching, so I won't go crazy doing all this other stuff. But yeah, I don't have any other cross stitch out right now to show you, but I'll do a video to show you kind of what I've been working on this month. Oh, I do have, this isn't, I'm just doing, this is another like a full coverage one I'm working on, but I only did a couple stitches on it. This is the one I'm mainly trying to work on right now. I'd like to get some of the, I was hoping to put 500 stitches in this tonight. And then I'll be done for the month on that one. But yeah, I could do an update on everything I've been working on, show you my journal. I have been, my cross stitching journal, I've been keeping up with it. Here is, you know, February. So I can show you kind of a walkthrough of that. And I have started to print out some of the pictures. Like this is this is bedtime stories, and this is, you know, it's finished product, and then where it was at the beginning of the year, and then kind of my stitching goals and stuff. So I've been trying to do that for every single one of the projects I'm working on, so I can share that to you in an upcoming video. I'm also reading some comic books. Batman is my favorite comic book line. So I've been picking up a lot of them from the library, just to kind of get back into the swing of things with reading and appreciating comic books. This is the one I picked up recently, which is War Drums, Batman War Drums. There's a War Games line that I think is tied to this. This might be in the beginning or the end of that. I don't know. They do have the War Drums there. I mean, the War Games. I got the first one. Here, I'll show you. These are all the library books I picked up today. So I got Zatanna, just because I've never really seen any comic books with her. I'm not quite sure to the extent of her abilities. I'm curious to see what she's capable of. So I was interested to read a comic book specifically featuring her. So then, yeah, I got Batman War Drums. And you know, if you're interested, I can like do a video talking about what these are about, if they're any good. This came out in 2004. And then I got the first part, Act 1 of War Games. They have Act 2 and 3 at my library. So I can go back and get those after I read this one, if it's any good. This came out in 2005. So War Drums, I guess, precedes it. And then this one I'm really excited about. I got Justice. I love Alex Ross. To any of you who are not huge avid comic book people, Alex Ross does amazing art. Just look, every single panel is just a masterpiece. Amazing artist. I've never read Justice. I've only ever read Kingdom Come, which is, I think, one of, if not the one he's most famous for. But you know, it's just the detail in his artwork is astounding to me. Kingdom Come was amazing book. So I'm really excited to read this one and see what the plot's about, because usually the storyline's just as compelling as the artwork. So those are the ones I got to read. So again, this is why I'm not cross-stitching like I was, because I have so many other things I want to do, and I really just want to embrace all the stuff that I haven't been doing because of work consuming every moment of my life. Like, I'm really excited to have this opportunity to play video games, to collect action figures, to read comic books, and all these things in addition to cross-stitching that make me happy. So Anyway, I have rambled on far enough. I hope that I should have warned you in the beginning, a disclaimer to say, okay, get something to do, grab some popcorn, because I'm just going to be chatting for a while. But anyway, next time, I mean, I won't stay away so long. I think I waited this long to post a video because I wanted to have the time to be able to talk for a while, and I needed to have that peace and quiet to do that. So I needed it to be a time when Lincoln was asleep, when, you know, my husband's not here, he's off cooking dinner, just so that I could, you know, focus on everything, because I, you know, ramble so as it is, so I didn't want to get interrupted and have to pause and then come back and be like, okay, where was I, and edit out all these interruptions and stuff. So I was able to just straightway through explain everything that was going on in my life right now. So anyway, now that that's done, I can go back and just do segments about different things. So, you know, I'm just going to put on here everything that interests me, and if it doesn't interest you, then you don't have to unsubscribe. You can just wait until a video comes along that does interest you, because I just cannot bring myself to only talk about one thing. I will definitely have cross stitch as a focus to my channel, but I want to make sure to talk about the other things that interest me as well, because I am a multifaceted person. I do not eat, sleep, and breathe cross stitch like SpongeBob and Fine Dining. So I do want to make sure to really have that opportunity to explore all the different things that excite and interest me. So anyway, I really appreciate all of you that have stuck around this long, and I will see you very soon in the next video.